I just found out that I'm going to have to spend over $150,000 to upgrade each of my stores to support EMV transactions at the fuel dispensers. This isn't going to increase my business. How can I possibly justify this type of expense? And what's the business case for investing in outdoor EMV?
As with many business decisions, you want to think about the near-term and long-term consequences. For the near term, the key question is, what is your current level of fraud? Most operators today actually do not know how much credit card they face because they don't see the bill. When you think about all the entities involved in a credit card ecosystem, the banks, the major oils, none of them are motivated to penalize the merchant with fraudulent credit card chargebacks. Such action would only encourage the merchant to go find somebody else. Since many vendors would rather eat the fraud than risk losing the merchant, most merchants don't know how much chargeback fees they are actually facing.
Then what do I do?
The first thing is to ask. You want to ask each vendor who plays a role in processing your credit card, how much fraud are you currently incurring? A typical C-store incurs about $2,000 to $3,000 a month in fraudulent transactions. It's important not only to understand how much fraud you currently have, you also want to understand where the trend is going. If it costs $150,000 to upgrade a C-store and the store is experiencing $3,000 a month in fraud, the simple math may suggest an ROI in 50 months. However, at the end of the 50 months, the problem hasn't gone away. You still need to invest $150,000 to upgrade your pumps. Furthermore, many of the larger players in the retail petroleum market are well prepared to comply with the October 2020 deadline. Experience with outdoor EMV implementation in Europe and Canada has consistently demonstrated that fraud will shift from outdoor EMV compliant stations to the non-compliant stations. This means that a store currently experiencing $3,000 a month in fraudulent transactions may suddenly find itself facing $5,000, $10,000 or more. In that situation, the ROI rapidly drops to 30 months, 15 months or less. In the end, the original expense of $150,000 must still be invested. Instead of dealing with a fixed capital requirement of $150,000, the operator may be faced with a total of $300,000 or more and have only gained a year or two in extension. While a capital investment is quite problematic for most C-store operators, the requirement is not going anywhere. Delays in non-compliance will only magnify the problem with additional fees.
So how do I get started?
Focus on understanding the totality of the problem. In other words, what will it take to upgrade all your stores to accept EMV transactions at the pump? Then take a look at what capital resources do you have access to. Reach out to the major oils, reach out to the pump manufacturers, reach out to the banks. The vendors in this extensive ecosystem are motivated to help you stay in business. It is in their self-interest to help you navigate this crisis. See what programs they may be able to offer. Take action early. The retail petroleum market needs to fully implement outdoor EMV at over 120,000 stores. This is a massive need and far exceeds the available resources. The first movers will likely have an advantage. Those who wait too long will be left with fewer and less attractive options.